Podcast with EUC, and I remain your host, Kayode Ajayi, with my co-host,
Esther.
Yeah, and you're welcome to Podcast with EUC. Just in case you're joining for the first time, I want to educate you on what we do with EUC Podcast. EUC Podcast is a platform where you're educated on real estate, on the do's and don'ts on real estate, on the loopholes on real estate, and the genuine and latest information on real estate.
2, 1, action.
And today we'll be treating a very lovely topic. Many people have been hearing about this. Even me, a person, I don't know most of them. So today we have decided to treat the topic land title documentation. We might be hearing about it.
Of course.
Yes, some mobile land will get C of O, deed of assignment, governance consent. I even heard of gazette. So I know many people don't even know what they mean. Even me, I don't know some of them, I don't know what they mean. So we have decided to bring a very intelligent person. This person has been in this business for a very long time. So I think he's the perfect person to teach us or lecture us about this topic. Join me as I welcome Mr. Bankole Omotayo, Executive Director in a real estate company, a business mogul.
Mr. Banky, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
It's really an honor meeting you. I mean, you know you're someone I look at with high esteem. Mr. Banky, thank you for honoring our invitation and coming on the show.
Thank you very
Welcome,
much.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Mr. Banky, on title documentation, I would like you to educate us, or better still, explain more to us about title documents in real estate.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. The first things you get title-wise after you make payment for a piece of land is first you have to fill a subscription form. The subscription form is a form that gives detailed information about yourself, who you are, where you live, your next of kin, and all of that.
Wow.
On the subscription form, you have the blueprints, the fine prints. The fine prints are some of the legal stuff that you need to look at very properly whilst filling your subscription form as the first step to buying a property.
Wow.
It is very important. After that, you get a receipt of payment. Once you have made payment, you get your receipt of payment. That's the second document.
So after the subscription
form, you get your receipt of payment after you've made payment.
to certify that.
To certify that the payment has been made for the property you have paid for. Then the next thing is for you to get your contract of sales and then your deed of assignment from the company. Those two documents are also very important. The third document you get is the estate guideline.
Wow.
If you're buying from an estate, like the case of EUC, there is an estate guideline for every of our estates.
Wow.
This guideline is what guides you on how to go about with your property in the long run. Whether you want to start development or you want to buy as an investment, the estate guideline guides you on how things will run eventually within the estate.
Okay, sir, I think, sorry to interrupt you, sir.
Right.
I think when you are talking, you said something about deed of assignment.
Yes.
I think the deed of assignment is the topic we are talking about today. It's
Okay.
one of those topics.
It's one of them, yes.
Yes,
Absolutely.
so we don't know what it is.
Okay.
That is what we want you to explain to us.
Okay. So I was actually going to come back to that after I talk about the next document. But let me go straight to the deed of assignment that you have asked. The deed of assignment is a legal document that shows that you have bought a piece of land from either the ancestral owner or from a company who has bought from the ancestral owners.
Okay.
So it is tied to the root title. The root title is the title given to the ancestral owners. So you must derive your assignment from somewhere. It's a legal document.
This even brings me to one question. That means every land has like an ancestral owner.
Absolutely.
Wow. So every land, that means, and all of these processes must be done before you can really obtain the land.
Exactly.
So meaning if you don't go through all of this process, then any land you're buying is fraud.
Well, not necessarily that it's fraud, but these are the proper documentation that you need to do or have
Wow.
when you buy your plot, your piece of land.
And it's not only deed of assignment that document. There are other
Other ones, like I've mentioned, other documents. I started from the subscription form to the receipt of payment, to the deed of assignment, to the contract of sales, then the deed of assignment, and then I was going to go to the survey plan.
Okay.
The survey plan is a piece of document that shows the geographical location of your piece of land. If it's 600 square meters, 500 square meters, the perimeter delineation of that piece of land is what you find in your survey plan. The survey plan can either be provisional or registered. The difference between provisional and registered is that the provisional is not registered, it's given to you as a first step, and you may wish to get a registered survey, which means the survey has to be registered at the Surveyor General's office in Alausa, in the case of Lagos.
Okay, so if I'm permitted to ask you a
Right,
question,
right.
still in the same question that we asked you.
Yes.
So, if I may ask, I've heard of certificate of occupancy,
Yes.
COO,
Yes.
and now you have said deed of assignment.
Yes.
Is there like a difference between the two documents?
Absolutely. So where we're going is to that second stage. That actually is the second stage of documentation that you need to do, and those are where the documents become even bigger and sweeter. So after obtaining all of those documents that I said hitherto, you now proceed to, if you want to register your deed of assignment, the registration of your deed of assignment is what gives you the governor's consent. The governor will consent to the transaction that you had, either with the family or with the company. That becomes a governor's consent when the governor signs on your deed of assignment.
So I can use my deed and get governor's consent?
Yes, it's only your deed that you can use to apply for a
obtain-
governor's
wow.
consent.
Wow.
Okay.
The governor's consent is a registered deed of assignment, in plain English.
And sorry to interrupt you, but
Yes.
it's just that there's so much, questions
Absolutely.
to ask for. Now, I want to know, while you were talking, you made mention of contract. Okay.
Yes.
So, just for the layman,
Yes.
we have viewers from all around the world. Now, the contract sales you're talking about, is it like a situation where maybe you're having the land for a particular duration of time? When it comes to contract, what comes to mind is a period of time. I don't know, in the
Okay.
layman's language now.
Layman's
So,
language,
you want
yeah.
to help us?
Okay,
especially
so
on that?
before I go there, she was asking about the COO.
Yes.
I just mentioned the governor's consent,
Yes, sir.
and then the COO. The COO is known as a certificate of occupancy. The certificate of occupancy is a document that's given to you by government from the Ministry of Lands, and that document is what gives you the powers from government on owning the property that you have just purchased. So you can apply with that, with your survey, deed of assignment, and so on as well. The government wants to see that you have gone through this process, and they will not grant you a certificate of occupancy for the piece of land that you have just purchased. After due diligence, that is looking at the particular land that you have bought, if it's not under government acquisition, if it's not a place that government in the future will need to look at. And before I go down to something else, let me answer your question about the contract of sales.
Yes, please.
The contract of sales and the deed of assignment may almost seem to be about the same kind of document, but the contract of sales is not necessarily derived from the ancestral title or the root title.
Unlike the
Yes, unlike the deed. So the contract of sales is between two people, two parties. If I buy a plot of land from you, I can have a contract between you and me that I bought this from you and I paid you X amount of money.
And so far, so signed.
And both of us will sign. That's
It
just
has-
a simple
it has nothing to
contract.
do with time.
It has nothing to do
It's
with
basically
It's just
transactional.
basically transactional.
Wow.
You bought from me or I bought from you and we have this agreement. That's what the contract of sales is. So when I go deeper into the acquisition or application for a certificate of occupancy, for instance, I will have to go a little deeper in telling you that first and foremost, according to the 1978 Land Use Act, all land in Nigeria is vested in government. The government of every state owns every land in Nigeria. And so they come to that brings us to another deeper level of documentation that people should look out for when trying to buy a property. So if lands are vested in government, then what will government do with those lands? First, the government will excise a part of it that they are not going to use for anything to the ancestral owners. That is the process of excision.
You say all lands are owned by government.
Yes.
So my father's land that is in the village, is he also owned by government?
Yes, your father's land in the village is owned by government as well.
Ah.
Yes, every land in Nigeria is
But
owned by
be
government.
frank,
To land use charge.
This is the first time.
But that's a very big topic that we may not necessarily have to open up at this
Might
time.
not be funny.
But yes, a lot of people don't know that
Government should
part.
come and fight for
Every
us.
land in Nigeria.
I'm
every land in
surprised
Nigeria,
myself,
yes.
you know.
So, but government will necessarily give out those lands to the ancestral owners. So, in your father's case, for instance, government most likely will give those land out to them. But if government needs your father's land in your village to build an airport, they're going to take the land. If they need to use it for basically things that are in the overall interest of the public, it must be for public use. Government can take land for public use, or for for road construction, for right of way of waterways, you know, canals, channels, and the rest of them. Government can take those lands, and indeed for some lands that government has given C of O for, and it turns out that they need that land in the future, your C of O may be revoked. C of Os are revoked; they are revocable. Your C of O may be revoked, but it must be in the overall interest of the public, and you will pay the compensation if your C of O is revoked. So those are the little technicalities that are there. So I was talking about the accession before now. So when government releases the land to ancestral owners, it's the process we call accession.
Okay.
When the government excises land and gives a portion of it or all of it to the ancestral owners, they have to get that portion registered.
Okay.
When that portion is registered, it now becomes a gazetted land.
Okay, let's say the government, Lagos State government, sets out this particular area to do, let's say, like primary school.
Yes.
Then later on, they said they don't want all of it for the school.
Yes.
And they removed some parts and
Yes.
decided to sell it off.
Yes.
So that side that they decided to sell out
Yes.
is not gazetted.
Yeah, well, not exactly so. Government have no business in selling land to anybody.
Wow.
They have no business in selling land. Government is not.
Well,
Power to
government
sell
can. You just mentioned
They
how
can
government
allocate.
can claim or revoke your.
Yes, they can revoke if they need it for in the overall interest of the public. The C of O, if supposing the land is sitting on,
Even if all your documentation is.
yes, even if your documentation is complete, but in that case, you'll be paid a compensation. You will pay the
This
compensation.
compensation, is it going to be lower than what you invested?
No, it's going to
Or
be. It's going
equal-
to be commensurate. It's going to be commensurate. It's going to be something within the current rate of property within that region where the land has been
Anyways,
taken.
if we allow you to be talking, we're going deeper and deeper
And
and
deeper
deeper,
and
more
deeper.
is coming out.
Exactly.
So-
So much has come out.
Let's just move
when we
on so
go
that
ahead.
we'll beat time and
Absolutely.
ask the next question.
Thank you very much.
And Mr. Michael, I'd like to know what are the impediments or challenges in obtaining this title?
Okay. There are no impediments per se, but yes, there are challenges, and some of those challenges may be funding, because if you're going to get a COO, for instance, in Lagos, it costs a lot of money.
It does.
So depending on how many plots you're looking at, or how many acres you're looking at, or hectares you're looking at, that's where the charge comes in.
Wow.
Even for the acquisition of a survey plan, it has to do with even location. The survey plan in Ekpe is different from the survey plan in Lagos Island, different from the survey plan in Ikoyi, different from the survey plan in Surulere.
So it differs
the
from-
different prices to every area.
Wow, Mr. Vanki, in fact, I'm so inspired. It's as if we should not even let you go from the show, but then the show has to continue. It's
Thank
really a big.
We can look at another time to talk about land.
It's
Definitely.
You can't exhaust it. You can't exhaust
Definitely,
it.
man. In fact,
It's just as if you open mouth, more outside coming out.
there's a lot. I told the viewers earlier. I said there's a lot to learn from Mr. Banky. He's someone we see with high esteem. And again, you're welcome.
Thank you
And
very
God
much.
bless you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
for honoring
Thank you
our
very
invitation.
much.
We look forward to seeing you again when we invite you
Absolutely.
again.
I'm always available.
All right. God bless you,
Anytime.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Action.
Alright, viewers, we are at that point where we'll talk about the essay of the week. And the essay of this week is Silver Spring Court. Yes, Silver Spring Court. Silver Spring Court is currently selling for 5.2 million and is very affordable. Located in Ojo, Lagos, Nigeria.
And Silver Spring Court comes with the title Deed of Assignment.
Mhm.
It has a lot of landmarks surrounding it, like the Alaba International Market,
Oh, yes.
the Lasso University,
Mhm.
Festac Town,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot more. This estate comes with a lot of features like the gatehouse, the perimeter fencing, the 24-hour power supply, and so much more. And currently, work is going on there. We are currently allocating those that have bought, and there are still few plots left there. Hurry now and get yours.
Hurry, development is going there. You don't want to miss out.
Yes, guys, we have come to the end of this segment in Podcast with EUC. So you remember what to do. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do and subscribe now. Like, comment, and don't forget to share for more. We'll see you in the same station, the same time next week. Bye.